about that. It's enormously self-righteous to tell people, I won't come sing for you because you don't share my views. You know, I won't honor my contract. I just won't show up because you think that men should use the men's room and women should use the women's room. And the self-righteousness of it is what was bugging me. And so this piece brought that out for me by this wonderful pastor, Donald Haynes. And so if you don't get the United Methodist reporter, I will share it with you. This first paragraph is a little bit long, but worth reading, worth listening to, I think. I think you'll get something out of it. When I retired at age 64 rather than 65, I was often asked why. I usually referred to my 46 years of service or that we had completed our retirement home, but seldom revealed the real reason. Actually, I retired because one layman came in to chew me out for one illustration that he did not like in the previous Sunday's sermon. It was a bad illustration, one of those not in the manuscript that came from the Holy Spirit's work in the study, but on the spur of the moment in the pulpit. In an effort to relate to younger people in the congregation, I mentioned that once upon a time, I had a blind date whom I met in the dark as we got into a friend's car. She was quite romantic, and I was thrilled beyond measure until we got into the bright light of the miniature golf course. Then I made the mistake of saying, the day that facial beauty was passed out, she was not in line. The congregation roared with laughter. This layman was livid. His anger was his correct insistence that no one is without beauty. Of course he was right. Like most jokes, the punchline invariably discriminates against a goat who is the butt of the joke. It was my last joke in the pulpit. I was really sorry, apologized profusely, and offered to apologize to his 6-year-old son. He refused my offer, and instead met with the committee who asks Methodist preachers to be moved. They did not agree with him, but that night when I returned to their meeting room, I told them it was time for me to retire, and so I did. So, who's the self-righteous one here in this story? Well, the minister apologized. He said, I made a mistake. That was wrong. What I did was wrong. And, I have a friend, a priest, who told me about he made a mistake one time. And it was nothing very, very severe, but he said something in a moment of frustration to a parishioner that he shouldn't have said. And she called the bishop, and the bishop called, and all that.